What's going on, everyone? We all know why we're here. Let's look at some amazing rigs and don't talk too much. Let's go. So the first rig is from Areowned. He uses two ESP8266s and an Arduino Uno. He built it simply in a shoebox so you can just put it away. And also what he did, he built a fan on top of the shoebox to keep every board cool, which is very smart because it can get hot, especially in a card box for your rigs. So it's a really simple design, everyone can do this, and I really rate that. I'll give this a 7 out of 10. Also, if you're watching this, make sure you like this video and subscribe down below. It helps me out a ton. And let's jump straight to the next rig. The next rig is from Brownstar. This is an amazing build. He has 8 different racks, and every rack holds 6 ESP8266s. The combined total is 46 ESP8266s. Talk about a lot of mining power for Duino-Coin. It's just a great rig. You can see he 3D printed this himself and it just looks very clean. You can't see any wiring, and yeah, I just really like the way he set this up. There's not much else to say about this rig other than that it's just a fine piece of craftsmanship, and I'll definitely give this rig a 9 out of 10. This is just a quick rig from Popodico RD, I think it's pronounced. It's just 5 ESPs hooked up to a breadboard, and yeah, it works just great. And no need to put any fancy things on it. If you're just mining for the sake of mining the coin, this is how you should do it. Great job, dude. And I'll give this a 7 out of 10. The next rig is from Avocado. He has 4 Unos, 1 Nano, 1 ESP32 and 1 ESP8266. Against someone that just uses a card box, a wall to put them on. And it's really clever because you just prick them into the board and it's all done. They stick to it, and yeah, that's why he made this setup. The cable management isn't really there, but if it's like somewhere where you don't see it, it doesn't really matter. I must say I wouldn't really use the electrical tape to put down those boards. But then again, I mean, you can do whatever you want with mining Duinocoin, and that's the fun of it. So yeah, this is just a very simplified way of mining Duinocoin and learning yourself how to use different type of boards. So I'll give this a 7.5 out of 10. The next rig is from Tiffy, and he 3D printed this case himself with 12 ESP8266s on it. And on the base of this 3D printed model, he has a fan to keep every board cool. I really like this design because he uses the tower version, and he also 3D printed this rig so it just ventilates through good and it looks pretty. One thing I would choose to do if I had some spare time is would maybe paint the 3D printing so you can make a cool design out of it or something like that, just to make it pop even more. But this is a very cool way to mine Duinocoin. I'll also give you a 9 out of 10. The next one is from Martial Jr. and he uses a Raspberry Pi with 13 picos as a slave. On the left you can see the small monitor that he uses to see how it's mining and also control the Raspberry Pi. And also the 13 picos hanging on the wiring over a wooden block. It looks a little bit chaotic with all the cables, but that's what you get with the picos. So yeah, it's just a good way for mining Duinocoin if you want a lot of Ducos per day. It doesn't necessarily have to look good in order for you to mine it, and that's the most important thing I want to take for you guys with this video. You don't need good looking rigs in order to mine Duinocoin. I'm just showing you this so you get inspiration for maybe building your own rigs. This is a very good job, and I'll give you an 8 out of 10. The next rig is from Gorga Garcia. I'm probably butchering your name, but he has a 3D printed case for his 5 ESP8266s. He also uses a voltage regulator because he probably has higher voltage on his outlet, and as we all know, ESPs can max get 5 voltage but prefer 3 volts. So it's very clever that he uses a voltage regulator so he won't stress the boards over time. And as you can see, he has the voltage regulator set on 5 volts. It's on the back of his rig, so that's not in view of the actual mining, which is a very clever thought when you build this rig. Again, same as one before, I would like decorate the rig in some way, because it's now just a white box. Maybe just draw a Duino logo on it, or maybe 3D print a Duino logo, I don't know. Just something that it makes it stand out and be a pretty thing to look at. But I think it's very clever to use a voltage regulator. You don't see that often on people's rigs. So it's a very clever way, and I'll give you an 8 out of 10. So the last rig is from Tiffy. And I know we've had a rig from Tiffy in this video already, but this is some sort of mystery rig from him. He built a solar panel and he has some boards inside of it. I've no clue what's inside of it, but it looks pretty sick. And as you guys know, I really love when people use solar power to mine Duinocoin, because it's just a very clever way to save even more money. We all know that Duinocoin doesn't cost a lot of electricity, so you're not like paying 200 euros a month for your electricity. It's more like 2 cents a year. But with using solar power, this 2 cents a year gets totally eliminated, and it doesn't really matter anymore. It's basically free cryptos. So I really like this rig, and I can't rate it because I don't know what boards are in it, but it's just a very nice job. So yeah, what more can I say? So guys, this was the rig showcase. I ran through it a little bit quicker than usually because there was a lot of rigs that I wanted to show you. If you have a rig and you want to show me and show everyone that watches these videos, you can go to the description down below and join my Discord channel. There you can send your rig to my Discord, and maybe you would be featured in one of the next rig showcases. And with that being said, I want to thank you guys for watching and see you guys next week. Ciao.